Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. This is currently my fourth video today. There will be one more coming up later on after the Newcastle Manchester United game. I will be giving you my reaction on that. So as I've been discussing with you today about some transfer rumours and transfer news that are going on, because we know the window's open potentially, but potentially we heard the news earlier on that significantly the first signing of this January transfer window has been confirmed, because Chelsea have announced the signing of Christian Pulisic, as it was confirmed this morning. It was confirmed on the Chelsea website, and also too, it was confirmed on Twitter. Borussia Dortmund had also confirmed it as well. But now, due to Christian Pulisic's arrival, but we know that he's not a full officially Chelsea player yet. Well, he is, but he won't be playing for them until next season, because potentially Borussia Dortmund have agreed. Borussia Dortmund have agreed that they're going to loan him back to Borussia Dortmund until the end of the season, and then he will be playing for Chelsea next season. So he's initially gone back on loan to Borussia Dortmund as the player. But as we all know, Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund come to an agreement. A fee had been agreed of around £58 million, because obviously he's been in and out of the team as Christian Pulisic, as we all know, and he has been dreaming actually coming to play in the Premier League, and I think he feels happy about this, and I think he'll grow and develop, and he'll mould under Sarri, to be quite honest with you, because Sarri, is a good manager, and he'll be playing him on good players, will Christian Pulisic, as we all know. And Liverpool, potentially may be disappointed, on missing out on the player. But Chelsea have got to think, where they're going to play him in the team. Obviously he's mainly in wingers, Christian Pulisic, as he was Borussia Dortmund. Or Chelsea going to put him on the wing, and they're going to be playing more central. So it'd be interesting to see, how he fits in the team. Chelsea could see him as a long-term replacement for Eden Hazard. He was under contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2020, but Chelsea agreed personal terms, and a 58 million fee has been agreed reportedly, because Chelsea had been in negotiations with Borussia Dortmund. So now Borussia Dortmund will obviously have to try and find a replacement. But Borussia Dortmund director and Borussia Dortmund made it clear they weren't willing to officially let him go in the January window. But a fee has been agreed, but he will be officially be playing for Chelsea next season, because he's being loaned back to Borussia Dortmund until the end of the season. Of course, obviously Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements for Christian Pulisic, as we all currently know. But he is only 20 years of age. It'd be good for him to experience the Premier League, play amongst different players, as we all know. And he's only 20 years of age, and he will grow and develop. So he has got a lot of years ahead of him. He's progressing up the ranks very, very well as Pulisic. He made his senior debut at just the age of 17, but he's been lacking game time, this season. He hasn't been first choice this season. He's only made 5 starts out of 11 games so far this season in the Bundesliga. 5 starts out of 11 games so far this season as Christian Pulisic. He is good. He can score goals, but he's really, really good at creating assists and providing them as a player. But last season, he had a great season last season. He played 27 games out of 32 games last season. He scored goals and got assists as well, the current player, and he is American. I've watched him play for the US, quite a few times, Christian Pulisic, and some people may think he may be a flop, at Chelsea, but he's got a lot of years ahead of him, as I said. And Chelsea have confirmed the signing of Christian Pulisic. He was under contract with Dortmund until 2020. We know reportedly Arsenal had a £35 million bid turned down for him as well. We know that Liverpool were actually keen on getting Christian Pulisic in as well, because Klopp was keen on reuniting with the player, because Klopp's obviously had experience, he's had experience of working with him, in the past with Borussia Dortmund. But he's grown and developed very, very well, progressing up the ranks. He's been in the senior squad with Borussia Dortmund since 2016. I think potentially he played 20 times in the Champions League. He made about 81 appearances in Germany in the Bundesliga. I think all in all he made about 115 appearances in all competitions, did the player. I think he made about 115 appearances in all competition, and I think he'll fit the Chelsea team very, very well. Obviously, Chelsea did need to sign the player, because potentially, they could see quite a few of their players leave, and potentially, yeah, he's really, really young. He's only 20 years of age. Obviously, Chelsea have got another youngster there, Callum Hudson, who's only 18, so he's 2 years younger than Christian Pulisic, as we all know. But there's reports coming out of the media now, due to that Chelsea did have confirmed the sign of Christian Pulisic now, that Eden Hazard could actually leave Chelsea. Potentially Chelsea wouldn't want to see Eden Hazard leave, as we all currently know. But potentially there's talks that the Chelsea fans are actually are convinced that he could actually leave. We know that Real Madrid have obviously been linked with Eden Hazard. Chelsea have been in talks of trying to securing a new deal. There's been no sign of him yet signing a new deal with Chelsea. Eden Hazard, the player that scored over 100 goals, and you know he's about 6 years older, is he, than Christian Pulisic, something like that. Eden Hazard is in his mid-20s, as we all currently know, but reportedly Chelsea fans are convinced that he actually could make the move to Real. Eden Hazard is yet to fully commit his future. I think in the Premier League he's made like nearly 300 appearances for Chelsea as Eden Hazard, but he scored over 100 goals. But Chelsea now have much of an essential player, and if you put him alongside Christian Pulisic, you know, he'd look very, very good. You know, it'd be interesting to see where they put Pulisic. I think he's mainly a winger, as we all know, but you know, you can put him. Chelsea may play him central. You can play him as attacking midfielder. He's grown and developed very, very well, and he is a good United prospect. He's very flamboyant, as we all know. But this season, he hasn't been getting the game time. A player at that age, he wants game time, and he's going to get it with Chelsea, you know, when he, you know, plays for them next season, as we all currently know. But, you know, £58 million, Chelsea could afford that, you know. Obviously, that's what Borussia Dortmund rated him at anyway, was around £58 million. Something like that. Well, 50-60 million pounds, you know, they wanted for the player. But obviously, Borussia Dortmund going to have to identify players. But now the arrival of Pulisic reportedly could see Eden Hazard leave. As we all know, he's Premier League proven. Eden Hazard is potentially Chelsea's best player. And, you know, recently Sarri has been playing Eden Hazard up front on his own, as we all currently know. But he's been in the Premier League since 2012 as Eden Hazard. You know, he had 7-8 great years, you know, with Lille as well when he was in France. And he did admit a while back that he could leave Chelsea in the summer. Could Eden Hazard. So whether he leaves or not, I do not know. But Chelsea wouldn't want to see him leave. But they would see Pulisic, obviously, as a long-term replacement. I think this is going to be one of the youngest players Chelsea have got, you know, when Pulisic, you know, joins them next season. I know they've got that Callum Hudson, who was only 18 years of age, but he's failing to get game time. He's yet to sign a new contract. And reportedly recently suffered like a hamstring injury as well. Reportedly Bayern Munich have been interested in him as well. But as I said, Sarri will be happy about this. You know, he's happy himself. He's Christian Pulisic about coming to the Premier League. And I knew he was going to go to Chelsea because the reports was coming out of the German press that he did want to play under Sarri at Chelsea. We know Liverpool were linked with him. Chelsea needed him more than Liverpool because Chelsea do need reinforcements. Liverpool really don't, because Klopp's invested in the last couple of seasons. You know, he spent like £400 million in 6 transfer windows. You know, he spent £171 million last summer. Chelsea were the second highest spenders last summer. They got Jorginho for £57 million from Napoli. They also got in they got Kepa, that goalkeeper, on a world record fee of like £72 million, as we all currently know. But yeah, so Chelsea will be happy with the Christian Pulisic signing. We know they've been interested in, you know, Sarri still wants to strengthen his defensive lineup. He's been in the market, you know, for a forward as well. But I think Christian Pulisic will deliver the goods. He'll score goals, he'll create chances, he'll get in the mix very, very well, and he'll complement Chelsea's team. And some of his stats I've been looking at are very, very impressive. He's really, really good at providing assists, as he has done. I've watched him a few times for the his actual, you know, country, you know, the US, as we all know. But I thought he'd have actually gone to Liverpool to start this year because Klopp knows the player well. And obviously he's American, the player, and the actual Liverpool owners, FSG, are American, as we all know. But Liverpool, you know, won't be too disappointed. You know, they've got Shaqiri, who's in impressive form and that. And they've got a good attacking trio with Salah, Firmino and Mane, as we all currently know. And they've invested in the last couple of seasons. You know, they've addressed their deficiencies, you know, by getting Virgil van Dijk, you know, at centre-back. And they've addressed their defensive problems at Liverpool because they're defensively very, very good this season. Attacking, they're very, very good. And they may get 1 or 2 signings still in this window. Potentially, I don't think they need any justice yet. But as we all know, they are linked to a few players. But yeah, Chelsea have obviously got players that are going to leave anywhere. That's obviously looking likely on the cards. Cesc Fabregas is definitely going to leave. He wants to make his 500th appearance in English football. Obviously, he's only got 6 months left on his deal, but you know, there's been no sign of him signing new contracts. He's going to be leaving Chelsea. Reportedly, AC Milan have been interested. I think Monaco are actually going to get the... Because obviously Henry's the manager of Monaco, and Fabregas is keen on reuniting with him because they used to play together, you know, when Fabregas was younger in his prime, and when obviously Henry was playing with Arsenal as well. But he's been in the Premier League a good 12 years now, as Cesc Fabregas. So if you've heard the rumours about that, which I've heard of, so yeah. So potentially Fabregas, as I said, you know, he's broken several records, as we all know. He's been at Chelsea since 2014. His last won the FA Cup with Chelsea. He's won the Premier League with Chelsea and the League Cup as well in his first season. You know, he obviously had 3 seasons in Barcelona as well in Spain. You know, with Barcelona, he played alongside Xavi and Iniesta. He won quite a lot of honours there, including La Liga, Copa del Rey, Spanish Cups, you know, UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup as well. Fabregas, and he was good when he was young in his prime with Arsenal. I thought he had 8 great years with Arsenal as well. He left at 16 from the Barcelona youth system and then actually went to Arsenal at, I think it was at the age of 16 as well, says Fabregas, and he won the FA Cup then. But it looks like he's going to be potentially leaving Chelsea. He's been at Chelsea since 2014, so he's been at Chelsea a good 5 years now. Chelsea obviously paid £30 million for him from Barcelona, so he's going to be set to leave, as we all know. We know there's been reports coming out that Chelsea have also, you know, been linked with a few defenders. Reportedly, Matt Hummels. Reportedly, Chelsea have been interested in Matt Hummels, because he's no longer guaranteed to start with Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich are still demanding that they want around £30 million for the player, reportedly, even though he is 30 years of age, I think, so he is out of his prime, but he has grown, developed very, very well. His versatility is very, very good, and Chelsea is still looking to bolster their defensive line, and Matt Hummels is a very, very good defender. He said reportedly Manchester United, he said we were interested in him as well. You know, majority of his career he's been at Bayern Munich. Well, he actually began his career with Bayern Munich, risen up the ranks with Bayern Munich. And then potentially, you know, he went to Dortmund. He was on loan at Dortmund. Dortmund officially signed him for £4 million. Then he had, you know, 6 or 7 seasons with Dortmund, as we all know. He won titles, he won honours, including 2 league titles. Got the runners up in the Champions League 2012-2013 season as well. And potentially now he's at Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich, I think, signed him on a 5-year contract in 2016. As we all know, Robert Lewandowski's pass accuracy is very, very good. He's good at putting balls into the attacking third of the pitch. Very, very good as well. And he's tall, he's quick, and he's good in the air. And he's a very, very good player. So reportedly Chelsea have showed an interest in him as well, because they are still looking to bolster their back line. Chelsea, the reports coming out saying, you know, that they were interested in Real Madrid's Isco as well with Chelsea. Reportedly they were willing to pay like £75 million for him. The plan was to actually partner with Isco up with Hazard, as we all know, but reportedly Chelsea were preparing to pay £75 million plus offer him a £250,000 a week contract. But reportedly Chelsea have pulled out of the race, as it has confirmed in the press a day or so ago. But this due to that reportedly the representative was demanding a bigger wage increase, and this had actually put Chelsea off, you know, potentially getting the player. But there has been a few teams interested in Isco. I think he prefers the move to Paris Saint-Germain. Reportedly, I think Man United had a potential discussions, you know, with his current representatives, Isco's, but he's a good player, you know, he's creative, he's got a lot of tenacity about his play, as we all know. And he's got a 600 million release clause. He's under contract with Real Madrid, as we all know, till 2022. He's a player, he's grown and developed very, very well. He's been at Madrid since 2013. He's won honours, including 4 Champions Leagues, and he's won individual awards. But as I said, you know, this is his 56th season now in Madrid. You know, he feels now he's frustrated now with Real Madrid because he's lacking game time under Santiago Solari, and he feels unsatisfied under Santiago Solari. So potentially he has been discussing that he does potentially want to make the move. Does Isco? I don't know where he'll be going. You know. Honestly, I think he's a very, very good midfielder, you know, highly experienced. He's never played in the Premier League, but he's got a lot of tenacity by his play, good at, you know, linking up with his teammates. His passing's absolutely sublime as well. But yeah, it's reportedly said that Chelsea have been interested. They're no longer interested though, so they have opted out, as I said. But now Chelsea, you know, will feel very, very happy about themselves. Their aim this season, you know, is to potentially, you know, get the top 4 this season. That's their aim, because obviously they're in the Europa League this season, just like Arsenal are. So Chelsea and Arsenal's target is to get into the top 4 this season. I don't see Chelsea winning the league this season. I think it's going to be between Manchester City and Liverpool. So Chelsea will want Champions League football for next season, and obviously Pulisic, when he arrives, will want to obviously when he actually officially plays with Chelsea next season, you know, he'll want to play in Champions League football, and Chelsea will get Champions League football, of course. And obviously Arsenal want Champions League football as well, even though I did say to you that I still feel as though Arsenal definitely do need signings, as we all currently know. But as I said, now reportedly with a signing of Christian Pulisic, Eden Hazard could actually leave Chelsea and actually go to Real Madrid, because that's a potential team he has been linked with. As I did say to you, I think Alvaro Morata is going to be definitely. I think he's going to be going Alvaro Morata. He's no longer under Sarri's number one choice. He's no longer Sarri's number one choice, as we all know. And I think Morata's going to leave, and he hasn't really proven himself, since he's come to Chelsea. Morata, he had an okay 2017-18 season, as I said, but since Sarri's been recommended into the job, he hasn't, really proven himself, and, potentially he's not number one choice anywhere, as we all currently know with Chelsea, is Morata. But he was good when he was young in his prime, throughout his playing career with Real Madrid. He had 2 good years with Juventus as well, did the play, and Morata actually began his senior career with Real Madrid, as we all know. I think he was not Real Madrid's youth system as well. Did the current player, but he hasn't really proven himself at Chelsea. So potentially, I think he could leave as well. Obviously, we know they've been interested in Gonzalo Higuain as a potential swap deal. As I've already been through it with you, that AC Milan director has confirmed at the moment in time that Chelsea have not made any official approach or any kind of offer yet for Gonzalo Higuain. But it said Sarri was keen on reuniting with the players. Sarri's had experience of working with him. He's obviously at AC Milan on loan at the moment. Is Higuain, so he's been potentially a Chelsea target. But Pulisic is a good signing for Chelsea. It'd be good for him to experience the Premier League. He may become a flop, I may be wrong, but some of his stats I've read about him, he looks a very, very good player. I've watched him a few times. He's skillful. He's good in the air. He's actually got good, genuine pace as well as the play. He has got tenacity about his play. Of what I've seen of him, to me, he doesn't have any reservations or any weaknesses about his game of what I've watched of him. Christian Pulisic, and I think, under Sarri, I think he will grow and develop, and I think he'll score goals, and I think he'll provide as well, which he has proven to do, with the US, and, with his 4 years at Borussia Dortmund. He also won the Germany. He won the Germany Cup in 2017 as well, did Christian Pulisic. So, he's delighted with a move to Chelsea, as we all currently know. So, potentially, that's some Chelsea transfer news to update you on, as I said. Give you a bit of an update on Liverpool's now. Liverpool, for me, potentially don't really need any signings, but Klopp, he's invested quite a lot of money in the last couple of transfer windows, as we all know. But potentially, they've still got a few potential targets they're interested in. They know now they've missed out on Pulisic. They won't be too disappointed. I don't think they will be anywhere. They may be, they may not be, I don't know. But reportedly, they're still keeping track of RP Leipzig's Timo Werner. Now, Timo Werner, reportedly, he's not signed a new contract yet with RP Leipzig, but reportedly, it's coming out of the press that Liverpool could reportedly get him on the cheap, Timo Werner. He said, reportedly, Liverpool could get Timo Werner on the cheap if he fails to sign a new contract with RP Leipzig. It said the fee would be around £36 million. So that is very, very cheap, for Timo Werner. And as I said, he's young, just like Christian Pulisic. He's 2 years older than Christian Pulisic. Is Timo Werner. He is 22 years of age, so he is still very, very young in his prime, Timo Werner, but proven to be a prolific goal scorer. He's a very, very good prolific goal scorer, as he has proven, with his 2.5, 3 years, with RP Leipzig, as we all know. This season, he's got, in 17 matches, he's got 11 goals so far in the Bundesliga this season in 17 matches, and he has provided 2 assists as well. So he is a proven goal scorer. He's a prolific goal scorer. He leads the lines very, very well. Does Timo Werner. He is German, as we all know, won the Confederations Cup with Germany, in 2017, and he was a prolific goal scorer at youth level, was Timo Werner, as we all know. But reportedly, Liverpool could get him on the cheap this month, reportedly, if he doesn't sign a new deal. There's been no sign of him of yet signing a new contract. His current contract ends in 2020s. Does Timo Werner's, obviously, if he risen up the ranks, with actually RP, with Stuttgart, he made his senior debut in 2013 with Stuttgart. Potentially had 3 years there with Stuttgart, getting the youngest player to represent them, became the youngest goal scorer ever, and potentially now he holds the record to become the youngest player to make over 150 Bundesliga appearances, Timo Werner. So potentially, I think, all in all, he's rated at around £88 million is the player, but he has been linked with a move to Anfield, and he has been just talking about coming to play in the Premier League. We know, obviously, Bayern Munich have also been interested in him as well. because obviously they've got Robert Lewandowski now, and he's what? Is he in his 30s now, Robert Lewandowski? Something like that. So potentially, yeah, Bayern Munich have been interested in him. We know that there's been inquiries about Adrian Rabiot as well. He's been mentioned in the past as Adrian Rabiot. Potentially, Barcelona denied making a legal approach for him. Barcelona denied making any agreement for the player, but it's Barcelona that have been interested in Adrian Rabiot. I think Tottenham have been interested, but he doesn't want to make the move to Tottenham. But reportedly, Liverpool have been having negotiations. You know, they've been having meetings. You know, to potentially talk about getting a deal over the line for Adrian Rabiot. As I said, there's been no sign of him signing a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain. He comes to an end of his current deal this summer, but he won't be playing any more football with Paris Saint-Germain, reportedly. The director, he won't play any more football with them unless he signs a new contract, as the PSG director had actually confirmed, as we all currently know. So, potentially Adrian Rabiot has been at PSG the majority of his career. You know, he's been at PSG the majority of his career, as we all currently know. You know, he made his senior debut in 2012. He's been a full France international since 2016. And during his time, you know, with Paris Saint-Germain, he's won 16 major honours, as we all know. You know, including 4 Liga 1s and a treble in 2015-16 as well. The player, he was capped 53 times, you know, for France at youth level as well. Was Adrian Rabiot, but you know there has been a few teams interested in him. You know, I think Arsenal have had an interest in him as well, because potentially Arsenal are looking for replacements as well. Because potentially there's obviously I'm updating you on some more rumours now. Reportedly, as we all know, that Aaron Ramsey is going to be definitely leaving. Arsenal have got injury problems. Arsenal have got injury problems as well. Because in my opinion, I don't think Umremme has been backed enough. He hasn't got the right amount of funds, and he got 5 players in the summer. They do Umremme, but they've got a lot of injury problems now. Arsenal, and potentially they do need to invest into their squad. Do Arsenal? I think potentially need a defender. They're on the search to get a winger as well. And obviously, Umremme said he's made it clear he wants to sign 1 or 2 players in this January transfer window. But reportedly, Aaron Ramsey's set to go, as Arsenal know, because Arsenal have told him he's not going to be signing a new contract, as we all know with Arsenal. He's not going to be signing a new contract with Arsenal, as that has been made clear. But Aaron Ramsey, as I said, I think he's favoured to actually go to Juventus, even though he knows he's going. He's been playing the majority of Arsenal's games this season. But as I said, he's held talks and negotiations with the likes of Juventus, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, PSG, and Real Madrid. So they're potentially the teams that have been interested. Man United have had a link with him. Liverpool have had a link with him. Chelsea have had a link with him. Would he actually be keen on staying in the Premier League, Aaron Ramsey? Because he's Premier League proven. He's been in the Premier League now over 10 years, or is it 10 years now with Arsenal? Aaron Ramsey, he's made over 2 century appearances, as we all know. But Arsenal know he's going. Whether he goes in this January transfer window and Arsenal cash in on the player, but I think in my opinion, he's gonna see out his current contract, and then he's gonna leave in the summer on a free transfer when he comes to an end of his contract. I think Juventus are the favourites to get him, because Juventus are reportedly willing to offer him £7 million per season, plus a salary of £138,000 a week, and plus willing to offer him a 4-year contract, reportedly. And, I think it would be good for him to experience different facilities by going elsewhere from England. If he went to Juventus, he'd be playing among, good players, as we all know, because Juventus have got good players in their team. As we all know, they've got Ronaldo, obviously, Douglas Costa. They've got Chiellini, they've got Leonardo Bonucci, they've got Paulo Dybala, they've got Benedeschi as well. So they have potentially, got a good squad with a good manager. So potentially, that's why potentially maybe Aaron Ramsey wants to move there, as I said. But obviously Ozil, I think now, according to what I've seen regarding Mesut Ozil, he actually does want to stay with Arsenal now, reportedly, does Mesut Ozil. But he's a good player. He's struggled with consistency this season. He's failed to adapt himself, with Arsenal this season, as Mesut Ozil. Back in December, I think, was it last year or early in December, Man United were actually the favourites, to go and sign Mesut Ozil from Arsenal. He signed a new contract back in 2017 worth £350,000 a week. But as I said, he's had problems this season with consistency and form. He's been missing key matches this season. And obviously earlier on, Obviously, and he's had injuries as well. He's currently injured now. I think he's got a knee injury, something like that, and he could be out for quite a while. He was injured early on in the season as well, was Mesut Ozil, but I think he's grown and developed very, very well. You know, he is 30 years of age now, he's Mesut Ozil, as we all know, but Man United were actually keen on getting him at one point, but I think he still wants to fight for the team at Arsenal, and I think he actually does want to stay at Arsenal, and Arsenal still know how much of an essential player he is. But as I said, you know, they've got a few targets that interest him. You know, they've been interested in that Ever Banega, that Sevilla player who obviously, Umremme has obviously had experience, you know, he's worked with Ever Banega. You know, he's a very, very good player. He's strong, he's quick, he's good at linking up with his teammates. He's very tenacious as well as the current player. Reportedly, Arsenal have been interested in him. Obviously began his career with Boca Juniors. He used to work with Umremme at Valencia as well, and he was at Valencia quite a lot of years. He actually, you know, played 162 games for Valencia, won the Copa del Rey, as we all know. He went on loan deals with Atletico Madrid and Newell's Old Boys. Potentially, I think he had one season in Milan. This is now his second season with Sevilla, his second spell with Sevilla. You know, he's won 2 Europa Leagues with them, as we all know. He's reportedly supposed to be a very, very good player. So reportedly, Arsenal have identified an interest in him as well. But they've got a few potential targets. It said that in the press that they could actually move for Gary Cahill as well. Could Arsenal reportedly? Yeah, so that's what I potentially said. They could move for Gary Cahill. You know, there's been talks about Denis Suarez as well. Arsenal have obviously been interested in Denis Suarez. It did say a couple of weeks ago Barcelona were willing to let him go for a cut price of £14 million, as we all know, according to what it said in the press. But I don't really know much about Denis Suarez, to be quite honest. I know he used to play for Manchester City, you know, in his youth career, did Denis Suarez. But as I said, I don't really know much about him. But Arsenal, of course, have also been interested in him as well. So they have got a few potential targets, you know, they're interesting. They've got injury problems. You know, I think they still potentially do look a better team, you know, under Umremme, you know, than they did under Arsene Wenger. I still think they need a couple of windows to strengthen up and bolster their squad, and it's only Umremme's first season, as we all currently know. It's only Umremme's first season, as we all know. But yeah, so I'll be doing a review later on the Manchester United Newcastle game, as we all know. We've got Reading in the FA Cup. Is it on Saturday? Is it an early kickoff? Is it like 12 o'clock or something like that? The Reading game. But as I said, at the moment we are sitting 8 points. I think we're sitting 8 points behind top 4, as we all currently know. I think we're 6 points behind Arsenal, because obviously Arsenal won yesterday by 4 goals to 1. Tottenham won away at Cardiff comfortably yesterday as well. They're still within a shout, you know, for the title as well at Tottenham. But as I said, I think Man United are going to win tonight, as we all know. I think he'll be making a couple of changes with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. We know Eric Bailly is suspended, so I think potentially Phil Jones will be coming in for Eric Bailly. He's suspended for 2 or 3 games or something, is Eric Bailly. I think Darmian may be coming in as well, as we all know. I think obviously Smalling's still injured. I think Rojo's injured. I think Scott McTominay's out as well. As we all know, Sanchez is going to be in contention tonight, which is very, very good. He's been having a hamstring injury, so potentially he's going to have a point to prove. So reportedly, I hope he proves himself tonight under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he is going to potentially get the chance to prove himself tonight. He's Alexis Sanchez. As I said, but so far so good for Man United, as we all know. 3 wins out of 3, 12 goals scored. Pogba's been providing, Pogba's been scoring goals, and without doubt, definitely will be playing tonight to continue his good goal scoring record up and providing and creating as well. Paul Pogba, so I think he definitely will be starting tonight. Paul Pogba, I think he looks better in a number 10, you know, position. You know, there's Paul Pogba, to be quite honest with you, you know, in the middle. I think Rashford's potentially, you know, number 9. I think Martial's a left winger, in my opinion. Potentially, will he start Romelu Lukaku tonight? You know, potentially, I'm not quite sure. But Rashford, reportedly, it said he's got a groin injury or something like that. So I don't know if he's actually going to be starting tonight, because he obviously linked off in the Bournemouth game, did Marcus Rashford, as we all know. But he said, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made it clear, you know, everybody's going to get the chance. He's going to rotate. The team's going to flourish under him. The youth are going to grow and develop as well. And he's confirmed that actually Mason Greenwood will be. I think he did say a couple of weeks back that Mason Greenwood will actually be starting in making his senior debut against Reading in the FA Cup, because he's been playing very, very well for the reserves, as we all know. Lindelof's played very, very well, defensively this season, as we all know. But yeah, the team are playing very, very well. They're expressing themselves. Solskjaer wanting them to do. We're getting fullbacks out of the pitch. We're creating chances. We're looking for the ball. The movement's good. The combination's good. As we all know, as I said, Pogba's like, 2 players in one when he's on that type of form. And he's a player that can be on 12 to 15 goals a season, when he plays like Paul Pogba, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, we're doing very, very well. But as I said, Solskjaer's got the winning mentality. The mentality's in this team, as we all know. The mentality's in this team, and he likes the attacking fit, he likes the width, as we all know, and he has got us playing the United way, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which is good to see. People say, he does want the job on a full-time basis, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because as I said, he's only had little managerial experience, as we all currently know, little managerial experience with Cardiff. He got relegated, obviously he won 2 Norwegian titles with Mold, obviously, but as a player, he was absolutely fantastic for 11 years. He was a super sub. He scored 126 goals as a player, and he flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he won 6 titles with us, as we all know. But I think he'll do a good job at Manchester United. We've got 3 wins out of 3 at the moment, as we all know. And I think he'll do really, really well at Manchester United with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think, in my opinion, he'll flourish. I think he'll do very, very well, Solskjaer. And if he keeps doing this, who's to say he won't get the job on a full-time basis? Who's to say he won't get offered the contract? You never know, do you? So... Sorry, guys, it went off. So who's to say, he won't get the contract? A lot of United fans would want to actually see him, as the man full-time, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Reportedly, he's mentioned about a £50 million spending spree in this window. Whether he gets any signings in this actual window or not, I do not know. Potentially, I did say, didn't I? I think there's still areas that need addressing, such as the centre defensive mid area. We need someone who's quick and tenacious. I think the winger as well, especially the right hand side, needs addressing. I think Dalot needs to come in for Ashley at right back. So I think Fred or Dalot. I think Fred and Dalot should start, or at least one of them. I think Fred needs more game time. Fred, to get playing to his potential level, as we all know. I think Pereira's going to get definitely get more game time as well. But yeah, the stats have dramatically improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, which is very, very good to see. And he knows some of these players, and obviously, the team as well, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But as I said, yeah, Pogba scored 2 goals against Huddersfield, scored 2 goals against Bournemouth last time out, providing assists as well. Good to see Lukaku come on, against Bournemouth and get his name on the score sheet. I still have concerns about him, how he fits in the United team, because he's slow. I do have, about his first touch, to be quite honest with him. We all have concerns about it, but he's still proven in the Premier League. He's proven to be a prolific goal scorer. Romelu Lukaku scored 45 goals for Belgium. He scored 27 goals in his first season for Manchester United. But as I said, I think he'll dramatically, get better under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. But he suits the managerial style of the club, Solskjaer. He suits the chaplains of the club, as we all currently know. And I think he just knows he's doing. I know the club is still recruiting, for a full-time manager at the end of the season. This is if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. I think Pochettino's still number 1. Zinedine Zidane's obviously been mentioned as well, and a few other managers have been mentioned as well. But I've obviously already gone through that with you. But yeah, I'd like it to be either Solskjaer. If it's not Solskjaer, I think it will be Zinedine Zidane, because as I said with Pochettino, he's proven in the Premier League he hasn't won out in terms of silverware. But I think he's obviously waiting. Tottenham are waiting for the new stadium, or are they getting the new stadium? I think they're getting it this year, aren't they? Something like that. But as I said, I don't think he'll leave Tottenham, because I think he's fully committed to Tottenham. I think he's very, very happy with Tottenham. He's mature, Pochettino, and he's been managing since like 2009. He played 18 years his playing career. And, it would cost us a fee of around £40 million to recommend him in anywhere at the end of the season. With that money, we could save that and actually get a signing on the current board, as I currently said. But as I said, I don't think Pochettino will leave Tottenham, in my opinion. But he's aware of speculation. He's got, obviously, a 5-year deal with Tottenham as Mauricio Pochettino. I know Zinedine Zidane's been mentioned. I think he could potentially come in if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. So he's got a great managerial CV. He's got a good as we all currently know as well. He hasn't been manager since May, of course, Zinedine Zidane. So I think he's destined to come and actually manage in the Premier League is Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. So I think it may be Pochettino that comes in you know, Solskjaer doesn't get the job full time. But as I said, I think Pochettino won't come to United. I think he's happy at Tottenham. He thinks he can somewhere along the line, you know, potentially win some silverware with Tottenham. You know, I think they still need a couple of signings. Don't get me wrong, but I think they've got a good squad. You know, Pochettino's good at developing young players, and he's only spent a net spend of £50 million since 2014 with Tottenham, as we all know. But as I potentially said, we've still got to think about contract renewals at our club because we've got a lot of players, you know, coming to end the deals, as we all know, and I still want some players, you know, to sign new deals. And I also think, you know, these players that I think there's players that are going to leave Manchester United as well. I obviously give you an update on the Koulibaly news earlier on. I don't need to tell you again, and two more things update. I give you that news earlier on, and I think he sent the Man United, he sent the Man United fans in hysterics at the moment of what he said. You know, the mood's being changed even more now because Koulibaly could actually end up making a move to Manchester United. Suggestions have been stirred up because this current, you know, social media thing or Instagram or whatever it is, Paul Pogba put something on his Instagram account mentioning about supporting him and the racism, and he actually replied saying, "See you soon, bro." So that is going to stir suggestions up a bit, but I don't think it will be in this window anywhere we get Koulibaly. I think it will be in the summer because the Napoli president has confirmed they're not willing to do any business in this January window for Koulibaly. But if we did get Koulibaly, you know, it would be an absolutely fantastic signing for us. He'd complement our defensive line very, very well. He'd be a good leader in our defensive line if we did get Koulibaly. I think it's going to cost us in the region of about up to 100 odd million to get him anywhere. We've had 3 bids, obviously. We've had 3 bids turned down for him. Obviously, the recent one was £95 million, as actually Napoli had confirmed. But I'd love him to come. He adapts every area of his game very, very well. Tenacious, got a lot of tenacity about his play, good in the air, and he's physically very, very strong. And, you know, he's Senegal international and one of the finest central defenders out there. He's Koulibaly, but I think he's keen on the move to the Premier League. You know, he's never played in the Premier League, of course, as Koulibaly, as we all know, but he would be a great major signing, you know, if he actually was to come into Manchester United. I really, really would love him because he has been a potential Manchester United target, as we all know. But and I've updated you on the other stuff that I've been potentially speaking to you about today on this video. We'll be back soon with the Manchester United Newcastle reaction at full time. Potentially, it's very, very rare I do 5 videos a day. I usually just do like 3 at the most, or sometimes do the odd occasion I do 4. But I've been doing more live videos today because there's been lots to talk about, as we all know, such as I updated you Chelsea confirming the signing of Christian Pulisic. And as I said, you know, I think he'll fit in the Chelsea team. You know, he'll fit in the Chelsea team well. You know, Chelsea have got to think about, you know, where his best position would be in the Chelsea squad. Whether they'll put him on the wing, whether they'll play him in a more central position, I do not know. But as I said, he's struggled. He's been in and out of the team, as we all know, and I think he's a lot younger than Willian as well. I think Pedro can play on the wing at Chelsea for Chelsea as well. But you know, it'd be interesting to see where they put him and how he performs. And if he doesn't perform well in the position they'll put him in, they'll try him in another position, you know, and see how he adapts himself. So I think he'll adapt himself well under Sarri, you know, to be quite honest with you, with Christian Pulisic. But obviously he's going to be loaned back to Borussia Dortmund until the end of the season. Of course, but he's won the German Cup in 2017. You know, he had a good 4 years with Borussia Dortmund. You know, he made about 81 appearances in Bundesliga. I think he made about 115 appearances in all competitions, did the player as well. But Chelsea will be happy with the signing. He was one of Chelsea's main targets. You know, they wanted to get in on the board. As we all currently know, yeah. So, potentially, yeah. So, anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribing to the channel, as always, and take care. We'll be back soon with the Newcastle Man United reaction. If I won't be back soon, guys, if I don't get time, I will be on tomorrow morning, you know, to give you a review of that game. So go check out my other videos today. I've done, I did my Manchester City Liverpool preview this morning as well. So I would, you know, appreciate it, you know, guys, if you went and checked that out as well. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. As I said, if you do consider subscribing, always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye.